Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live video, Setting Balanced Boundaries, the River of Integration and Faces, an acronym we're going to get into today. Parents and caregivers, do you struggle with setting, holding, and reinforcing boundaries in a way that is clear, provides predictability, and brings natural consequences? You're not alone. This is really hard part of parenting, but there is a way to find a happy medium and build integration with intentionality and planning. Over the next few minutes, I will give you an overview of how to find balance and maintain boundaries that make sense to your kids, gives you the structure you need, all while staying away from strict rigidity and avoiding the chaos of permissive parenting. We'll look at the river of integration and an acronym, FACES. If you would like to see my longer video on boundaries and my parenting method called Cubed that gets into how my clients and I focus on connection, are intentional about boundaries, and build integrated families, comment #boundaries below, and I will get you that link. My name is Matt Kenyon, for those of you who don't know, and I am a family relationship coach and the owner of Free Thought Coaching, where I help parents end the conflict, build happily integrated families, and create intentional boundaries. My promise is that there is always at least one strategy, tool, tip, or piece of advice that you can use immediately after watching my videos. In his book, The Yes Brain, which I highly recommend, right here, highly recommend, Daniel J. Siegel gives an analogy of an integrative state that he calls the river of integration. I took this image right here from Dan Siegel's Facebook page. It shows the banks of the river of integration. See how one bank is rigidity and the other is chaos. Of course, neither is ideal. The optimal solution is being in the flow of the river of integration. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you've heard me mention integration before. Dan talks about integration being the hallmark of good health of a complex system like the body and the brain. The same concept can be applied to the integration of our families and the complex systems we use, like boundaries and parenting in general. The river of integration gives us a visual where we can focus our efforts, the middle of the river of integration. Sometimes we end up on the banks of rigidity and chaos. That's okay. The trick is not getting stuck there, but instead getting yourself moving and back out into the flow of integration. We need a balance, not rigid authoritarian parenting or the chaos of permissive parenting. Balancing the riverbank of rigidity with rules and expectations and the freedom of the chaos riverbank is not always comfortable and natural. Here's where FACES comes in. Dan Siegel uses the acronym FACES as a way to describe being in the flow of a river instead of getting stuck on one side or the other. FACES, an acronym, stands for flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable. Flexibility to meet the needs of different children in different situations. For example, realizing that our son couldn't mow the lawn because he got hurt in gym class. Well, it's a boundary broken, right? The lawn's supposed to be mowed, but if he's hurt, we need to be flexible with that. Adaptive to the changing times and situations. Agreeing to let our 12-year-old stay up late to see a parent when they return home from a long trip if the returning time is after bedtime. We're coherent in that our rules are simple, clear, and understood. Ask your child to tell you what the consequences are if they don't get their household responsibilities done on time, rather than telling them again and just feeling like you're nagging and badgering. Energized, in that we take action. When a boundary is violated, we take action instead of letting it go because we're tired. We go out of our way to, with empathy, make sure to hold our kids to consequences and within the boundaries that are set, keeping in mind flexibility and adaptability. Stable means predictable and consistent. and that we don't get emotional about the boundaries and consequences, and instead rely on natural, objective consequences. And we use empathy to deliver them. Something like, it sounds like you're upset that you can't hang with your friends right now. Unfortunately, you went to your friend's house yesterday after school and didn't come home in time to get the lawn mowed. Now the lawn needs to get done today before you go anywhere. But then I'll be happy to take you anywhere that you need to go. See how I empathized there, but still stuck to the boundaries and didn't get emotional about it. It's okay if our kid gets emotional about it, as long as we don't. And this allows us to be predictable and consistent, create strong attachments with our kids. Using the visual of the river of integration and avoiding the banks of rigidity and chaos by sticking with the flexibility, adaptability, coherence, energy, and stability of the phases of integration flow, we can be better prepared to make clear boundaries, make sure they're understood, and be a better functioning, happily integrated family. Give it a try and see how integration and phases can help you with boundaries. As always, reach out with questions anytime. To see my longer video on boundaries and my parenting method called Cubed that gets into how my client and I build connection, are intentional about boundaries, and build integrated families, comment #boundaries below, and I'll get you that link as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be intentional with your boundaries, and happy parenting. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this video has been useful to you. I would love it if you could leave a comment with something in this video that resonated with you or helped you and your family out on your journey. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notified when I release new content. It massages the algorithm and helps get these videos out to other parents that need them. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you would like to join my Facebook community, Connected Parenting, where I have other videos, group of parents who are struggling with the same issues you are, there is a link down in the description. Have a great day. Try to be the parent your kids need today. Happy parenting.